Hey everybody, I'm here today with a very simple driving test tip, and the tip is to always signal. Now I know that this seems like common sense and you're like, why wouldn't someone signal on the driving test? But I know a number of driving test examiners, and I know tons of people that have taken their driving test, whether it's in real life or whether they've messaged me on social media, on Instagram, to tell me how their test went or what caused them to fail. And so many people fail because they didn't use their turn signal. Now, here's the thing about signaling and why it's so important. Firstly, it makes the world of a difference with regards to communication with other drivers. Your signal will tell all of the other drivers what you plan on doing, which increases your level of safety as a driver like tenfold, hugely. Secondly, it only takes a moment to activate your signal. You literally, just like that, and just like that, you turn your signal on or off in a moment of in a fraction of a second. And if your car is a modern day car and you turn the wheel and you're making a right or left hand turn, it will probably even deactivate the signal for you. So all that you really have to worry about most of the time is just turning that signal on. But so many drivers simply don't do it, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you a simple tip for remembering to signal. I'll tell you why they don't do it. Simply because we commonly see people switching lanes, pulling over, turning, doing all sorts of stuff without signaling. I mean, the percentage of drivers that signal most of the time is like probably a much smaller number than you'd imagine. A lot of drivers only signal when they absolutely have to. And because we don't see everyone signal often, we have it ingrained in our minds that it's not part of our driving routine. Subconsciously, your mind is not always thinking about, oh, signal, 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 when it should be. Now, here's what it comes down to. When you signal, it is so important because it's showing all of the other drivers that you plan on doing something. If you're driving, and you're driving this vehicle that weighs several thousand pounds, and you're driving it at 20 kilometers, 40 kilometers, 100 kilometers an hour, whatever the case is, and you don't signal, what's going to happen is you're just going to start drifting to the side. You're just going to start moving into the new lane. And if you've done your checks, you might be able to get there safely, but the fact of the matter is that you don't know for certain that you're going to be able to do so safely. And let's say you checked your mirrors, you checked your blind spot, and you didn't see the car that was beside you, and you just start drifting to the other lane. Boom, you might get into an accident just like that, and you'll pretty much immediately fail your driving test in that situation. Whereas if you had your signal on, the car beside you would say, oh, this person looks like they're going to change lanes. Maybe I should fall back or accelerate to get out of their way just in case they didn't see me. And you would save yourself from an accident when all that you did was just put your signal on. It's literally that simple. So using your signal is important, and also knowing when to use your signal is important. You want to use your signal whenever you have to. The way to remember it is always keep your left hand, just remember, like your left hand is like your access to your signal lever. And your left hand should always be ready to signal. Just remember with your left hand, I'm always ready to signal. And if you remember that as you're gripping the wheel, I'm always ready to signal. You're always going to remember that you signal. It's a little trick that I always tell students, and when I tell students this, they rarely forget to signal. And that's it. If you like this driving test tip video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.